In this video, I'm going to show you how to use systems of equations to solve some of the word problems. In this case, we are going to solve a problem that involves coins of different denominations. And let's read and understand the question. So we have two different coins, dimes and nickels, and we have the total number of coins and we have the total value of coins. The question is how many coins of each denomination we have. So once we read and understood the question, we can move on to step 2. Usually we would have to pick the names for the variables ourselves, but here it is suggested to call the number of dimes D and the number of nickels N. So when it comes to filling up the table, we can immediately to put D to where the quantity of nickels goes. Actually, N is the quantity of nickels and D is the quantity of dimes. Now the total value of nickels then will be the value of each nickel times the number of nickels, and the value of all dimes will be value of each dime times the number of dimes. And the total quantity is 139 and the total value is $11.20. So what is the system of equations here that we will have to solve? The system of equations is we're going to use this column and this column, and these two equations create a system of equations. So now to solve the system, first I'm going to try to write it in the simplest possible way. So I'm going to clear the decimals in the second equation by multiplying everything by 100. So we have 5n plus 10d equals 1120. And I can further simplify it by dividing everything by 5. So if I divide everything by 5, I'll have n plus 2d, and 1120 divided by 5 is 224. And now I have to solve this system of equations. How can I solve the system of equations? Since we have a lot of variables by themselves, I can easily isolate n in the first equation. So isolate n in the first, and n is equal to 139 minus d, and then I can replace this value in the second equation. So instead of n, I'm going to write 139 minus d and copy the rest. As a result, I have a simple equation in one variable, which I can solve by isolating the variable. In this case, it's easy. I just have to subtract 139 from 224. So d is 85. And now to find n, I just plug in 85 into this equation. So 139 minus 85. 139 minus 85 is 54. So the answer is, remember, we have to answer the question in the same way it was asked. So if it's a word problem, we have to write the answer in a complete sentence. So how many dimes and how many nickels does she have? She has 85 dimes and 54 nickels.